Hi, I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, AccuQuilt's creativity expert.
The Go Field of Tulips Wall Hanging is a fast, easy, and really fun project, perfect for spring or summer. For this project, you will need the Go Full Blown Tulip 8-inch finish die. It's a fabulous bob die and the star of the project. You're going to also need the Go Setting Triangles 8-inch finish die, the Go Cube Mix and Match 5-inch block, and 2 strip dies, the 1 3/4 and 2.5-inch strips for the border.
Okay, let's cut some tulip shapes.
Let's do.
Now this block on board, or bob die, will cut a 5-color 8-inch finish block in just one pass through the cutter.
Quilters, if you're going to use pattern fabric, you need to make sure your fabric is facing up over shapes A and C.
That's correct. We're going to fan fold our orange and yellow fabric over shape A here.
We have right here.
And AR, there we go. Then we'll fan fold our green fabric down over shape D.
Okay.
We've got our turquoise over B, and the white is going to be over C.
Perfect. And that fan folding will allow us to get a left and a right. All right, Erica, we're going to need a 6x24 cutting mat.
Yes.
And since it is a smaller die, it will fit through all of our cutters, including that Go Me.
That's right.
All right, let's cut some shapes.
All right, here we go. All right, let's give it a little love, and we're gonna slide that mat off.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right, Erica, and we're gonna take off our fabric here, and then we're gonna just lay out our pieces.
Great plan.
This is our finished block. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna create 4 of these units.
Perfect.
And the reason we fan folded is so we got a left and a right. And now we're gonna create these 2 sections, sew them together to make 1 unit, sew 4 of them together to create our 8-inch block.
Great.
All right, Erica, let's start by laying out our block. So we're gonna match it here.
Okay.
We're gonna take that white shape C, and then we're gonna match a shape B right
and
here.
And this is all in the pattern directions, the block assembly directions too. So now we can go ahead, our yellow will go here.
Yes.
The orange is gonna match up and go over here.
Yes. And then we're gonna take the opposite blue and we're gonna lay it just like this.
There we go.
And then we're gonna take the opposite white and lay it like this. Okay?
And that's why you wanna go ahead and lay it out, and then all we need are the greens.
Right. So we have a left, we'll put up there.
We've run out of real estate.
Yes, it's okay. We can start here and work our way.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you want to make sure, Erica, when you're doing this, see how the order in which you sew them is important.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to start here on the yellow side.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to move our piece.
Perfect.
This will help. All right. And this is a great chain piecing block. Like I would do all of this section together.
Yes.
And then all of this section, right? Okay. So we're going to start by putting our blue and our white together. Look, we've cut off the dog ears from here to here. Is that perfect?
And that's how you're going to know that you've got your pieces in the right place, because those dog ears are going to line up so perfectly.
Right. So we're going to sew A and B together. I do love it when the alphabet works. Okay, and I'm going to do the same here on this side.
And I'm going to bet we should press those open before we go further.
Yes, and do you know why we would press them open?
There's a lot of seams involved
There is.
here. And we're going to have just a better overall.
Right. So I'm going to let you press that one open, and then I'm going to show them how we're going to add our shape D.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, great. All right, so now we're ready to add shape D. If we add the yellow before we add the shape D, it's not going to line up together.
That's right.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to start stitching this one, and then I will give you this A-B section. This is really a fast, easy project.
There we go.
shape D here, right?
And again, those dog ears, when they're lined up correctly, the dog ears will meet perfectly.
Okay, Erica, I'm going to let you press both of these open, and then we'll add that final shape, A. So we have C and B and D and A. And again, the pattern instructions are perfect on how to cut and sew the pieces. All right, so now I'm going to add my yellow shape A. And again, look, it's going to line up perfectly. And because you press those seams open, it's going to lay nice and flat.
That's what we like.
All right, Miss Erica, if you would now press those last seams open, then we're going to lay it out and sew it together to make one of our finished units. Now, if you wanted to, you could pin these two units together, but they're so small, and the seam is going to come together beautifully.
It really will.
All right, Miss Erica, if you would mind pressing this open for us.
Fantastic.
Then it's going to lay nice and flat. And look at how those points came together just perfectly.
Yes.
Want to sew a perfect 1/4 inch seam and just take your time.
Yep.
All right, should we take our pieces and create our blocks? So we already have 2 of our sections sewn together. We're going to sew these last 2 sections together, press them open, and sew the block together.
Perfect.
All right.
There we go.
Look at that.
So pretty.
Right. So then you would press your block flat, and ta-da, you're ready to finish the pattern.
That's right. So you'll follow the pattern directions to cut the side and corner setting triangles. The pattern will also give you instructions on how to cut the inner and outer borders, as well as instructions on how to cut those cornerstones and the half cornerstones using your 5-inch mix and match cube.
Once the quilt top is complete, layer the top, batting, and backing, pin or baste, and quilt it as desired. Use your favorite binding method to complete your quilt.
Now be sure and share your finished projects with us on our social media platforms, because at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time
So you can quilt more.